All right, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast with me and Aaron. So yeah, first things first. This is the 20th podcast. So the first thing that we're gonna do is look at the trending page because I like to do that every 10 podcasts to see, to look back on it and see what was trending at this point on YouTube, what was trending because usually there's big differences after so long.
Yeah.
So.
I might edit it on the screen later. So, yeah. But not to worry about that now.
Yeah, I'm on my iPhone 5 at the moment. I'm recording this on my iPhone 7 though. So on the trending page for me, Serie A, Juventus versus Napoli. Juventus beat Napoli 7-goal. What? Okay, wax figure hide and seek. What the bloody hell is this?
It seems to be a lot of
Calyx.
I don't know the exact word.
Oh,
It's a lot of cherry pick videos again.
Yeah. Beta. We pretend to work at a grocery store. Fake employee beta squad. What? Britain's Got Talent. Sidemen guess the Joker review. Oh shit! The Joker review.
Apparently, it's a 10 out of 10, and it got something like an 8-minute standing ovation at the Cannes Festival or something.
Do you believe this or do you reckon it's bullshit? Because IGN do sort of hype things up now.
I didn't watch that video. I've seen it from other news things, but it apparently is one of the best movies of the. Or it's going to be one of the best movies of the year.
Yeah. Formula One Grand Prix highlights. Yep, cool.
The dinosaur tier list.
Oh yeah, that's on mine too.
I don't get.
Bloody hell.
I don't get why there's so many tier list videos. Like, there's only so much that you can do, really, isn't there, about a certain topic?
Yeah. It's just the latest trend in it,
Yeah, I mean it's got a lot of views, so yeah, it must be working.
Mm-hmm. Dragon's Den entrepreneurs reject 4 offers of 100k. Have they lost the plot? Have they gone mad? You've been offered 100k from the bloody dragons and you decline it. What's the point? They're probably just after attention. Bloody hell, man, crazy. There's going to the water to the world's biggest inflatable water park, FaZe Rug. I didn't even know FaZe was still a bloody thing.
Yeah, FaZe is still massive. They've got a new. I don't follow it at all, but they've got a lawsuit or something against Tfue. I don't know if you've heard of him.
No.
He's basically like a streamer. I think, don't quote me on this, but I think he does Fortnite gameplay. And he signed a contract with them and he wants to get out of it.
Not cool, sorry. I didn't mean to say cool. I just wasn't listening because I was looking through more of the... What did you say then, sorry? He works for a company and he does Fortnite gameplay and he wants to get out of it.
Yeah, well, he signed with FaZe because they're like an organisation and then he didn't... I'm not too sure, but I think he only gets like 20% of the income or something that he gets. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, he basically just wants out of it because he wants to do his own thing.
That's absolute madness, Gordon Ramsay, what's this idiot doing on here? Gordon is blown away by a small Indian restaurant's performance.
So I don't get, there's that many celebrities now who are like, I'm a YouTuber. It's like Will Smith. He says he's a YouTuber.
And food, Ramsay's best restaurant. Oh, at least he's being positive this time and giving it a good review. Because usually, the way he talks to people, bloody hell. You want him out of the restaurant, you wouldn't want his help. He's a tit.
I think a lot of it is put on because he does stuff with kids. Well, imagine if he was like that with kids.
Yeah. Fuck you, do this properly! This is a disgrace! I'm surprised. The thing is, I remember I was on holiday once and I was watching the telly in the morning and Gordon Ramsay was naked in the bath. His arse was on morning telly. Bloody hell. I forgot what show this was, but he's done so. I'm sure he knows what he's doing with the cooking, and I'm sure, he does help a few restaurants, and I agree, there are some guests, well, not guests, there are people who own restaurants who are pricks, who won't listen to anything and probably just want the 15 minutes of fame, but there's certain people who are trying their best, and he's just a tosser too. I haven't watched all of his stuff, but the way he talks to people, I know it's scripted, I know it's put on, but genuinely help people, try and give him a good, just help them out. I mean, geez. Sorry for the rant there, but just a bit of witty banter. Whiplash and La La Land. This film's like bloody 20,000 years old. Came out in 2017. What's it doing on the trending page? It must be some meme thing because the YouTuber's picture is like a donkey from Shrek with a cigar in his mouth.
That's Video Game Donkey. He does like movie reviews and he's alright. He's very sporadic though when he uploads.
Very what?
He's very like sporadic. He doesn't upload that often.
Oh, okay. Got 1 million views in a day. 10-minute noodle cup challenge. What? 3 million views. Nearly 4 million views in a day.
I think the main thing to sort of say about the trending page is it's just so obvious that it's biased.
I'm done now. I'm done. I'm not looking at any more of this shit. World's largest elephant toothpaste experiment. 15 million views in 2 days. I'm blown away. This is shit. This is actual crap. I'm going to scroll down actually a little bit more, see if there's any more. Yeah, it's just I can't even be asked anymore. Building a DIY bike, staying blah blah. Game Theory, Joker trailer, Love Island.
There's the new Star Wars trailer right at the very bottom.
Best week ever. Now it's just recently. Forget it. Thank God we got that out the way. Bloody hell. Oh, how did elephant toothpaste get? I don't even know. Let's just move on to YouTube and general news. My first story. Now, talking about Callum's Corner again as usual. Because he's just a legend. His Discord has been totally fucked. Now, I didn't realise this at first. Aaron, you messaged me saying, what's gone on with his Discord? And I'm like, wait, what? And I go on the Discord, and originally I was demoted. Yeah, this sounds stupid for people who don't know who Callum's Corner is. Just skip 5 minutes. If you know who he is, this would be decent banter. So, I was ranked blue, so I was in the Callum Cavalry, and I was in the Round Knights table. And there was like 4,000 odd people in the server. And anyway, there was quite a lot of high up ranked people. But Callum let someone be, I think, a moderator or a leader. I think it was called the King's Hand or something. And I was demoted at first and I was a bit annoyed. But I thought, what's going on? There was just constant spam of... The day before the chat was dead, and there was constant spam of madness. Everyone going mental and getting angry. Like, constant madness. And then the server was just shut down. Like the bloke must have kicked everyone and just messed around. There's a new server, but I was messaging the people in there, and apparently this has happened twice before. I said, "Do you think Callum will join this new server?" And they said, "No, it's happened twice before." And I was like, "Shit, bloody hell!" And anyway, I don't think the dude who messed everything up is in this server. But Callum put some on Twitter. I don't have Twitter, but you told me this, Aaron. Fuming about the Discord.
Yeah.
I think we can all learn a lesson from this. Don't let some random troll be in charge of your Discord. Partly, I think it's laziness on Callum's side. He's not a care worker anymore. I think YouTube's his full-time gig now. So really, he's running a Discord that difficult. He doesn't really have to set all these events up. Really, he can just let people talk and maybe pop in and have a laugh once in a while. I suppose he wants it to run properly and have people doing stuff at the end of the day. I think you said something to me earlier, Aaron, messaging. You said, and it's like, I guess it's sort of like a business if you want a proper good Discord and you let people run it, but at least have people you can trust. At least make the effort to find people you can trust.
Yeah, I guess the main thing is what he doesn't know these people in real life, and if they have a bad day, they could just take it out on him.
I think it's just them messing around because Discord's full of like crazy people, who just have rubbish and try and be edgy, and some of it's funny, some of it's weird. The example of it being weird.
Yeah.
I think if we ever got big and we ever made a Discord server, we would not in a million years entrust some random... Actually, I wouldn't even trust most of the people.
No, I wouldn't trust people we know in real life.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I was going to say something, but it just would not. Nah.
Yeah, enough of the inside jokes. But yeah. It'd be funny if we entrusted some of the people we know, like with the load of shit.
Yeah, it would just end out disastrous.
There'd just be like a massive argument. Like, I reckon some people we know, if we gave it to one guy, and then someone makes a joke to him saying something stupid, like, "Oh, shut up, you tosser," and all this crap. then he'd probably just kick everyone and go mental, you know. But I think that, you know, a lot of people, but most people have probably struggled with all that responsibility, you know, of owning a whole server. I think the best thing to do would be Aaron be the leader. I can just like be a moderator and just talk to people and have a laugh sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
But the point of that is just like saying, you know, what the best thing to do is. The best thing to do is give it to people you trust. And the point of that, us saying people who we know in real life we wouldn't trust most of them, is that it's a hard thing and it's hard to find people to trust. So we sort of understand how difficult it is for Callum finding people to trust. But at the same time, there's got to be someone out there. Do you want to say the story you want to say, Aaron? I think I know what it is.
Yeah, I've just forgotten mine, but there was another one I was just going to mention. It's nothing really big. Pretty much.
I thought boogie stuff.
Oh yeah, right. I'll just really quickly get into it, because I could be here all day talking about it. But if you don't know who Boogie is, just go and watch another video. This isn't the place.
Look at Boogie 2988.
Yeah. Pretty much on a live stream, he said if you troll him, you're worse than a Nazi, and I forgot what else he said, and like a criminal because
rapist.
Rapist. That was it.
At least they fucking believe in something. At least they believe in something. None of you do. None of you trolls do. Okay, fuck you. Fuck you. Constantly.
And it's just like, you do know what you're saying, Boogie. You're saying that you'd rather be a rapist than a troll. Like, are you alright? Are you alright up there, Boogie? Like, it's just mental. And
also,
oh yeah, do you want to say
also what he considers a troll. Someone might be saying, "Oh, Boogie, you said you'd lose loads of weight, but you haven't really lost much yet. In fact, you've gained weight after this really important operation that saved your life." And he'd be like, "Oh, you're a troll. You're the worst person ever. I don't want you watching my stuff."
Yeah, it's people like that just really annoy me. It's like they set themselves up for something, and then when someone tries to hold them to it, they're just like, you have no grounds to talk to me. It's just like, so weird.
Yeah, like the thing is, he goes on about, "Oh, it's none of your business, all this stuff." But at the end of the day, he's made it everyone's business by presenting all this, by documenting his progress and the operation stuff and all this stuff. He's put his life on camera. He's made it people's business. So if he's not prepared for people to ask or criticise or, you know, whatever, then it's his own fault.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day as well, he's getting people to pay him for it as well. Like, they're paying him by donating to him on stream and all that.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I'm looking at his most recent videos 4 weeks ago. His face is looking bigger already. Like, I remember the H3H3 podcast, and he looked like a totally different person. And for a while, he looked like a different person, but now he's becoming fat again. I don't know what he's doing.
It just seems to be, yeah. Well, we don't know what he does in his own time or free time, but it is just very weird at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, as I say, you know, he can't handle any criticism at all. It's just absolute madness. Keemstar said it best. He seems to want to be attacked all the time. He seems to want all this attention, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I remember watching that. He's basically like, he doesn't know anything other than being attacked, and if he's in a situation where he doesn't know the person's motives behind it. So like, why is this person saying that I'm still £400? Oh, they must be a troll because they're attacking me. That's why. That's what he goes to automatically. It's so weird.
Yeah. The thing that's annoying about him, though, is that I don't want to make this another Boogie review. The first Boogie review we did, though, we didn't go into mad detail because I didn't know much about him. And originally, I still thought he was an okay guy. I didn't know all the stuff that Aaron knows. But now I've looked into it more because he acts like a different person on different platforms. But as I say, though, he gets people to feel bad for him and says, "Oh, I'm going to kill myself if you don't watch my stuff." And it's like, what the hell? You know, no, people don't want to hear about personal problems on YouTube. People want to escape from reality and just chill out, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, no wonder he's got 4 million subs and he isn't even getting 100k on most videos. It's because it's just, first off, gaming videos are dying. He needs to update his stuff, you know. One more thing I want to point out as well is he said on one of the streams, "Oh, I don't have a wife or kids. I'm going to die alone." He made that choice. On the podcast, he said his ex-wife said to him before she left, "You're married to this job, you know," and all this stuff. And it's just like, bloody hell. You know, he could do 4 days of videos and 4 days off just chilling with her. And she was so loyal to him and helped him out so much. He stayed with him an extra year after they broke up. I just don't. It just gets on my nerves really. That he gives so much sympathy baiting stuff when it's already documented that he could have had the stuff that he said he wants, but he chose not to.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to get into it too much, but I know because I think on the last Boogie review he said something about he's looking forward to dying in 10 years and like eating as much food as he wants.
Disturbing.
But then recently he said, "I can't wait to outlive you," to someone. It was something really weird. Like he's basically saying he's gonna make sure that he lives forever, just to like spite people. But then he said in another thing he's gonna kill himself in 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, he really, really needs to get help. That's all I'm gonna say at this moment in time. You know, he's got his own personal issues. It sucks. He needs help, but at the same time, he's got to help himself. You know.
Yeah, I just personally think he's just baiting and he forgets what he said half the time.
Yeah, definitely. It's probably just his channel's going down and he's feeling losing everything. But he's still in the Millionaires Club. There's not many people who, you know, get the stuff to get to be in the Millionaires Club. But yeah. That's enough of ranting about Boogie. What's your other story? I think you said you had another one, didn't you?
Yeah, it's not a massive one. It's just have you heard about the Amazon rainforest fires?
Oh yeah, a little bit. Yeah, there was people were making a bigger fuss of the Notre Dame thing, and people are annoyed that they made more fuss about a church, but no one seems to be caring about the rainforest being burnt down, something like that.
Yeah, basically what's happened is there's a load of like scam organisations popping up, like claiming that they're part of the team that's going to help solve the issue in the rainforest, and they've already got like hundreds and some have got thousands of donations. It's just really like weird. I know it happens with
every.
Oh, what was that?
They've scammed people, you say?
Yeah, they've set up like fake pages on like GoFundMe, I think it is. Like to resolve the issues over there for like £1,000, like $1,000 over, and then they've got it, and they're not like a registered charity or anything. They're just people using the fires to get money off people. I know it happens all the time. Stuff with tragedies on lives.
That's just disgusting because this is such a serious thing, you know. How did the fire actually get started? Did lightning strike it, or did some geezers go in there and start it as a laugh, or what's going on?
I don't know. I can't really comment on it, to be honest. But I've heard some weird stuff saying that certain politicians want to keep the fire going because it keeps them in power. It's really bizarre. Like I don't want to comment on it because I've probably misquoted something. But
yeah.
I just recommend looking into it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Any more stories, or is that it then?
No, that's it for me.
All right then, fair enough. Next thing, so one of the main topics that we're talking about today is game shows. So I just want to say the first thing about game shows. They're shows where people go on, answer questions, or pick stuff at random, random or skill, you know, randomness or ability, whatever intelligence can get you the money or get you the prize or get you the holiday. You know, that game shows are decent. You know, they're decent TV. That's one good thing about them. Game shows, people can win a lot of money. Their lives can be changed. You know, they can become famous. Not rarely they become famous, and rarely their lives get drastically changed. But you know what I mean. Or it can just be a little bit of help. You know, someone wins 10 grand, they go on a nice holiday. You know, so yeah, those are good things. Have you got anything you want to add about good things about game shows?
I guess it fills up a lot of the TV schedule, and also they are quite easy to make. All you need is some money or something to give away and a host. That's all you need.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of game shows have like thousands upon thousands of episodes. They're easy watches, interesting. You can learn a shit ton from them. So yeah, bad stuff about game shows now. I feel like from a lot of stuff that I've watched, there's a lot of contestants who really love to hear their own voice. And I know we're doing a podcast, so it's kind of hypocritical, but they're on a game show and they talk and talk and talk, and they're talking about irrelevant stuff sometimes. So when they're trying to come up with an answer, they're going, so blah 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 about this. Oh well, I might know this. Oh, it could be a guess, but it could be this one. I think to myself, oh blah blah blah, and they just go on and on and on and on and on. And it turns out they just knew it instantly. Sometimes it just seems like a lot of them love to hear their own voice. I just prefer humble contestants who introduce themselves at the start, say what they do, say what they want to do with the money, what they're going to spend it on, say why they came on, blah blah, whatever, and then just get on with the questions and not ramble too much when they need to answer the questions.
Yeah. I guess. Well, I don't know how to word it actually, but a negative that I can sort of see about them is some of them do seem. I'm not saying that all game shows are rigged. I know I said this to you earlier, James, but some they do seem very. They seem like they're swayed in the favour of the like. Well, I don't know the exact word. If you take like The Chase, for example, it's a British one. I know there's one in America. But it always seems to be very easy for the chaser to get a lot of questions right. I know that they're very clever.
They're geniuses, you madman.
But some of the stuff is that like specific. It's almost like they've been told to read it before.
No, but sometimes the chasers get things wrong on purpose, so it gives the contestant
I know
a chance.
that makes like they do that to make good TV, like always building up the suspense. But some stuff, it's like in like the final chase. If you don't know what we're on about, by the way, I just recommend watching an episode of The Chase. But in like the final bit where this man or woman called the chaser answers loads of questions and then he has to get the score that the other team have set. Sometimes they can go like 15 questions in a row, like straight off the back, and it's just really bizarre. They can do it like that quick, and it's almost like really specific stuff.
Yeah, but the thing is, these people are geniuses, and you've got to remember sometimes it can. This is one thing I don't like about The Chase. It can be it's 4 versus 1, and when there's 4 of them, they get 4 points. What? I think it should be one of them. They get 4 points. They get the head start on the chase because it's 1v1. When it's 4 on 1, I don't understand. So you get 4 points because there's 4 of you, and there's 4 brains, 4 minds are gonna. There's, it's sort of evened out. I know the chasers are genius, and these just 4 normal people, but still, it seems a bit unfair. But back to the thing you were saying about it being rigged, I really doubt it, to be fair, because the chasers are just so smart. And why would certain people manage to beat the chaser anyway once in a while? It makes for good telly, and like I say, the chasers are outnumbered, so it's not really fair.
I just think the main reason why it is sort of rigged in a way, I'm not like calling all game shows rigged, I'm saying some are because like TV studios don't want to pay out like hundreds of thousands of pounds each day across 10 different game shows. They only want to pay out certain amounts because then they just go bankrupt every single day. Because it's like in the first series of The Chase or something.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone actually won. I think it was in the second series, or maybe right at the end of the first series that someone actually won. But yeah, I don't know if it's rigged. I just think it's very. It's almost like that they know what's going to come up and all stuff like that. And I'm just rambling now.
They are geniuses, but fair enough. I just want to say some good stuff about The Chase. It's really interesting. Again, an example of a game show that's a ridiculously easy watch. It's just really fun. The Chasers are cool. Bradley Walsh. I used to not like him at first when I was a kid, but because of the stuff he said to the Chasers, and he was a bit of a smart ass with them. But it's just banter at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So yeah. That's good. The Chasers are interesting. The Beast, the Governess. Mastermind and the Cinnamon,
and the Dark Destroyer or something they call him.
The Dark Destroyer, yeah, that's it. Sean Wallace. I don't know. But yeah, and the young woman as well. All brilliant, intelligent people. So yeah, and a show I want to go into that I think might be rigged. Did you ever watch Deal or No Deal?
Yeah, but I didn't really know what was going on, if I'm being honest.
Oh shit, you haven't watched it properly then? Oh.
No, not really.
I just feel like, so what it was about was people had just randomly picked loads of boxes, and that to pick all the boxes, and the last box they'd have is the money that they'd win.
Alright. So most of it could be pointless.
Sort of, yeah. And the banker would phone. It was Noel Edmonds hosting it, and the banker would phone up sometimes, and he'd mostly give him shit offers. So yeah, but I just sort of think they can easily mess around with the boxes inside. They can easily change the money around if they want to, just to suit things. But I don't know. I don't think they would. This is just all conspiracy nonsense. Half decent show. You've seen Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, haven't you?
Yeah, I think everyone has.
Yeah, I don't think that's rigged at all, really. The
No.
contestants have rigged it once. Do you remember that bloke who?
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember that.
No, he'd say the answers out loud, and then his wife would cough. And then the one she didn't cough to, that would be the right answer or something.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I think I watched something on that. It was quite interesting.
Yeah.
Because they're not allowed like phones or like. Well, back then it was pages as well. Yeah, like to get information in.
Yeah.
So like she'd go to the toilet like, and like work out what the answer was and then come back and cough. No, that sounds really dodgy, doesn't it? What I just said.
She went to the toilet. I thought she was just. A part of me was thinking before I knew what you just said. Then that she's a genius. Wouldn't it be better if she went on the bloody chase? But no, she's not a genius. She has a book on her.
Yeah, that's what I meant. She like went.
It used to just take ages to answer the questions.
I know you could take as much time as you wanted, but I think I do remember him taking quite a while to answer them all.
You'd think they'd notice her constantly running off with a book. You'd think they'd notice her with a book in her hand and constantly running off.
I think it was more just like she was really quickly like working out where everything was in the book. I'm not too sure. You have to watch that bit that they exposed her on.
Yeah. He wrote a book apparently about how he said he didn't cheat. I think he got his toe stuck in a lawnmower or something, and his nail got ripped off. Horrible. But yeah, he shouldn't have really screwed Chris Tarrant out of $1 million.
It's not Chris Tarrant's money, but that
I
could be.
think Clarkson's a legendary millionaire host. You know, he's so funny.
Was that Jeremy Clarkson?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Oh, he just cut out for a second when you said whoever it was, and I was like, oh right.
Yeah, I think Jeremy Clarkson's a legendary TV host. You know.
Yeah, I quite like him.
So funny, man. Like, do you remember? Because they've got that new option where you can ask him a question.
I don't watch it anymore. Well, I only even watched like 2 episodes when I was younger, but no, I haven't seen any of it.
So they can obviously they've got the 50-50, ask the audience, and phone a friend, and the new option is ask the host. So they'll ask Jeremy Clarkson, and usually just says, "I'm going to be totally honest with you, I don't know." I wish they'd give him more car questions because he'd know that easily. You know.
Yeah.
You'd just use that one for Jeremy Clarkson. You'd ask him the question if it was anything about a car. But once he gave him an answer and said, "This is the answer." He said, "I don't even need to look at the pad now. This is the answer. I don't even need to look at the pad." And he's looking away and he goes, "It is the right answer." And then you've just won £64,000. It's the right answer. Then he looks back at it and they've lost it all. It's gone down to 16,000 or wherever they put the taking it. And I just couldn't. I thought, bloody hell. I can't believe it. It was so funny. I'll be so pissed though. I mean, what's a tit, but he's such a legend. Honestly, so funny.
Yeah.
The Weird Game Show. Dusty Bin. I'd imagine you've never heard of this one.
No, I've never heard of
Dusty
that.
Bin.
No.
So basically, it was just a load of pistol mental riddles. So they'd say to him, well, this is one thing. They would have won them. They said, all right then, you've won a prize now. I've only seen bits of it. But they'd say, like, you've won a prize. It's hot, really burning, out in the sun, hot. And they're thinking, oh, I've won a holiday. And then it turns out that they've just won a grill. They've won like a barbecue.
Sounds like something Carl Pilkington would do.
I know, yeah. I mean, it's just absolute madness. I'm trying to think of other weird riddles they did. 3, 2, 1, Dusty Bin, I think it's called. Oh man, there's some really funny riddles. Hold on, I'm gonna try and find them now. Okay. Come on, where are the fucking riddles? Sorry, I'm really sorry about this. Oh, for God's sake, man. I found it easy the other week, but I just can't find it at the moment. Hold on. Yeah, so there was 3 clues for this one riddle, right? It says telescope is the obvious choice because you're looking up at the stars, star prize, right up the street. A car maybe, but no, it's it's the bin. So they've won a bin or something, it says right here. I would guess that Dusty Bin is the telescope. If you look up to the sky, you see stars. Dusty Bin is the real star of the show, and you have bins up. Oh, it doesn't matter anyway. I might bring up the riddles another time. Bloody hell. I keep trying to find the riddles. How did this show last from 1978 to 1987? It sounds like bollocks from other. Bloody hell. Honestly. Another show I want to bring up, though, Golden Balls.
I've never watched that.
Never? What? Bloody hell. What were you doing with your childhood? Oh, man. Anyway, so, Golden Balls. There'd be a load of golden balls rolling around, and I think you'd have to, you just have to be lucky and get the pick of the draw, I think. But at the end, you'd have all your golden balls that you've won. So, and you'd have 3 balls on the table. You grab the one ball, says split, and you grab the other ball, steal. So you got the balls there to grab.
This is so weird.
So you've got the balls there to grab, and then you spin the one ball, you twist the one ball, and then open it up. You twist the one ball, and it will say split, and the other ball will say steal. Now, this is why I'm pretty sure Golden Ball didn't last for long, because it was such a cruel, stupid show. So the best thing to do is steal, because it means if both of you steal, it means that you've won. You've lost everything. I mean, but if one of you split and the other one steals, then they've won all the money. I mean, there was this one bloke and this woman. They were both promising each other, yeah, let's do it. Then she stole, and the bloke split, and he just had his head on the table. He was upset, and then she just walked off awkwardly. Thankfully, back in bloody 2007, 8 and 9, social media wasn't as big, so she wouldn't have got ripped into. But now, bloody hell, she would have got ripped into big time. Jasper Carrot, the Carrot Top, was bloody hell. He's put on some weight. I've just looked at a recent picture of him. His belly looks massive now. Bloody hell, put on a lot of timber. He's massive. Do you know Jasper Carrot?
Yeah, he sounds familiar.
Really big, bloody hell, massive belly. But mind you, he's like 74, so got to be getting that timber off him at 74. Good host, though. Pretty good host. Got to give him some credit there. There's one more show I wanted to bring up. Countdown. This has to be one of my favourites, man. You've got to watch that, Aaron. Come on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, everyone has, I think.
How's it only 6.3 out of 10 on IMDb? What on earth? Such a great show. Such a great... Been going since 1982. I'm sorry. If a show's been going since 1982 and you give it 6.3, you've lost the plot. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. Ah! All right. Anyway. Ah! Anyway. So yeah, what do you think of Countdown? Because that has to be one of my favourites.
Yeah, it's alright. It does sort of test you on the spot, because it is very he's 8 random letters or whatever. You have 30 seconds to make a word, and the maths part and all that.
Yeah, the maths part gets on my nerves, but I love the obviously the spelling. I love doing that sort of stuff. It just shows, the math stuff. It's some are easy, some are hard. I'm just not that bothered. But the spelling, I just think is sick. To be fair, 8 out of 10 cats is quite funny with Jimmy.
Yeah.
Car. Yeah, it's just a great show, really. I suppose it can get repetitive if you watch it loads, and the prizes are a bit crap. He's like, you have won, you've done all this good stuff, you get a countdown clock. You can count down balls. No.
Was there a pen or something in one of them?
They grab their arse off, beat someone who's ridiculously intelligent. I know them themselves are intelligent, but imagine you've grafted so hard at learning how to spell shit and do maths and whatever, and they say, you've just won a pen out of my pocket, out of my arse pocket. Thank you. It's just like, bloody hell, you've grafted all that just for a bloody pen and a mug and a book. Gee. That's the only weakness with it, I guess. It isn't really a game changer for people's lives, because all you win is a pen. Maybe it'll be worth £5 in about 20 years. I don't know. But that's about it, really. Any other game shows you want to bring up for a laugh?
Yeah. I was thinking, have you heard there's really high-level intelligent ones that no one really understands?
Isn't it University Channel?
I watched that. That is so confused. And there's another one with... I've forgotten the woman's name. But she tells jokes that no one understands, and the audience just sort of goes, "Oh, that's funny," but they don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
It's so
What
weird.
sort of stuff do they ask on University Challenge though?
It's basically a question, but it's the way it's worded. It's like
Ah.
using what the sky is today and what Jupiter aligns with. Tell me what colour shoes I'm wearing. It's something really bizarre.
Do they get it normally?
Yeah, it's just like a normal game show. They sometimes get it, sometimes they don't.
I mean, are the prizes good?
I think it's like a competition. So like, oh, these two universities are going together. Then they go to the quarterfinals. Whoever wins, and then it goes like all the way up to the final. And then you get a cup. I think.
Have you ever got any of the questions right? Or
No.
have you ever? Oh, never mind then. I thought you would have got a few.
No, it's like all stuff to like Latin and chemistry
Blood,
and stuff that I just don't know about.
Jeez Louise, man, it's crazy. You think it's mad that these people exist, that they're actually that intelligent, they put that much time into it. I mean, if that's what they enjoy, that's what makes them happy, fair enough. But, like, geez, to know bloody what colour shoes someone's wearing when Jupiter aligns with the sun and the moon and all that shit, bloody hell. What are the weird? There's Mastermind as well. Have you seen Tenable with Warwick Davis?
No, I haven't.
That's quite a good show. Tipping Point's half decent. Catchphrase is pretty entertaining.
I can't really think of any others, to be honest.
There's what isn't there? There's Bullseye from years ago. Family Fortune, or is it Wheel of Fortune as well? I don't know.
There's Catchphrase. That was a decent one.
Yeah, because those are some people just get them easily. It's phrases that you know, but like some phrases I didn't even know bloody existed. Well, there's some mad ones.
Yeah, and the modern one looks really bad, if I'm being honest.
What, you're not a fan?
No, it just looks like they're ripping off the old sort of. Like some stuff like that should have just like stayed in that sort of decade, whereas now it just seems a bit random. Like you've won a seat for 5 minutes outside. Oh, great!
I've just looked up some really weird catchphrases. Bloop bloop bloop. Welcome to Flavour Town. What?
Is that Guy Fieri that said that or something?
Don't know. You've got too much of a soggy bottom.
No, I was going to say something, but that's just another inside joke.
Yeah, we've got to stop with the inside jokes, to be fair, unless it's just too tempting. Yeah, I'm trying to think what are the weird catchphrases. I'm trying to look some, but my phone's fucking frozen. Oh, bloody hell. Apple phones, as much as they're sick, they fucking stop working after a few years. Come on, there we go. It just keeps coming up with bloody... No, never mind, it's just another bloody load of nonsense, oh well. What's the one at the top? I don't know, dog, it sounded a little pitchy. Oh, never mind. Alright then, any other game shows you want to bring up, or...?
No, I can't think of any.
I might just look up game shows, see if I've missed anything. Game shows. Oh, bloody hell, someone's car's going off. Survivor, QI, let's make a deal, 8 out of 10, The Voice, what? The Voice?
Oh, it's singing on.
Yeah. What's that doing on there? Beat the Brain, Jeopardy, Golden Balls, Cracker Jack, Give Us a Clue.
I was thinking you probably could.
Oh, The Weakest Link!
Oh.
Sorry to interrupt you.
I guess you could probably say stuff like the X Factor might be.
We've already talked about that though. I'd sort of count that more as a reality show.
Yeah, I guess it's got parts of a game show, isn't it? Because you're in a competition.
Yeah, I mean, we've already talked about it as a game show, so...
Yeah.
You are The Weakest Link. Goodbye. What do you think of The Weakest Link? I thought it was pretty funny when they used to have, like... Didn't they used to have everyone from WWE on there once? And, like, mental versions of it. That was quite funny, to be fair.
I can't remember.
Man, they did Show of the 2000s, man. Weakest Link, nostalgia. Bloody hell, class show. How long we been running for then? Still recording? Everything's working?
Yeah.
Alright then, so the next thing we're going to talk about is streaming services, but mainly Disney Plus. So yeah, what do you think of them, Aaron?
Disney Plus. It looks okay, but I don't like the way that it's turning the MCU at the moment.
What? Expand, bro.
Because it's going to get to a point in the future where you're going to have watched like 10 series with. No, if you're going to have to watch like 10 shows with 5 like series of it just to understand what this movie's about.
Oh.
That's what they're sort of going for now. But I think it's good. It's a good step in the right direction. It's giving the fans more of what they want, and it is quite cheap for what they're offering. It's about, I think it's about £5 a month, or it's about $7, or it's $7 a month. I think it's about £5 or £6 if you're in the UK.
To be honest, they've got a couple decent exclusives. I mean, they're going to have The Mandalorian on there. The Obi-Wan show. They're going to have every Star Wars film, eventually every MCU film, all the Disney films. I think there's a different version, because I was going to say, for a bad point about it, it's a bit PG, like there isn't much adult content on there or anything explicit. You know, there's not going to be any swearing or realistic dialogue, but you can, really realistic dialogue, but you can get Hulu and ESPN. So Hulu will have like Family Guy and The Simpsons on it. Because you know Disney bought Fox.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty smart move. It seems like Disney are just buying everything. The thing is, I feel like as much as I like Netflix and they got good stuff, you know, like Stranger Things, Better Call Saul, and they've got a load of random movies made, obviously, that were just like Netflix exclusives. I can't think. I think isn't Orange and New Black a Netflix exclusive as well, which is meant to be half decent.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, the thing is, whenever Disney put their mind to something, they usually wreck absolutely everyone, and it ends up just being a massive shit fest, and they just end up getting absolutely wrecked. So, but yeah, Disney, like I say, has got a few decent exclusives. I don't think though. I think in the future the price might go up, because wasn't Netflix really cheap at first?
Yeah, it's over like 12 or 15 quid now, isn't it?
But then, as soon as they became successful, the price went up. You know,
Yeah.
it's just mad. But are you going to buy it then, or are you not bothered?
I might get a free trial, see what's on there, and then cancel it. If I'm being honest.
They tried to do something similar, like with Disney Live, and that didn't end up going that well. It was just like a beta version, an experimenting version to see if it's any good. Have you got high hopes for The Mandalorian then, or do you think it's going to suck?
I don't really know what to make of it. I think it's got potential, but I think it's going to have too much, like Disney pushing some weird agenda in it.
Probably. I mean, they do that quite a bit nowadays. You know, rather than focusing on the story, they push agendas, sadly. But I mean, if it's a good story, that's all that really matters. To be fair, so you know.
Yeah.
I think The Mandalorian, it looks half decent. I'm glad Ewan McGregor's come back for the Obi-Wan series though. But yeah, Mandalorian looks half decent. But what else are Disney offering, you know, on there? What other exclusives? Because I can't really think of anything at the moment. I know there's a load of Marvel shows, but will they really be good? I mean, like as we said before, Endgame was the pinnacle. Do you really reckon they can top that? Especially with Spider-Man leaving, you know. Do you reckon they can actually make any good shows?
I think they can, but not at the moment, if that makes... Because I just think they need time to sort of like readjust. Like, this is the end of what we know, and we're going into like new territory. And I just think that they need some time to, you know, think about their ideas.
Yeah, exactly. Because like the big problem with Disney is that they're spamming stuff out every single year. It's mental.
Especially those remakes of old movies as well. It's like they're going to get to a point where they're going to remake the remakes.
That'll be horrible. That would just be a bad world to live in. I mean, bloody hell. Why did they have to remake Aladdin, The Lion King? What else did they remake live?
They're redoing Mulan, aren't they?
Oh, God.
They're redoing... I forgot the other one. There's another really famous one that they're redoing, and it's just like, why? Just leave it alone.
Imagine if they do a live version of The Hunchback of Notre Dame. That won't be right at all.
No, they'd do it, but they'd switch the role, so everyone else or everyone else that doesn't agree with him just gets like killed or whatever. I don't really know where I was going with that part, but
No, everyone else is deformed and the Hunchback's normal. I don't know. They'll just make it mental. What else? I mean, the sad thing is though, Aladdin and Lion King, they already have shit sequels. Aladdin 2, The Return of Jafar. I remember when I was a kid, that was a bit rubbish, and The Lion King 2 was awful. When I was a kid, I remember. So I don't even see the point of this live remake. I mean, I just don't get it. It seems like they're relying. I like animation, but trying to make it live action, but then relying heavily on CGI. I don't really see the point of all that malarkey. I don't see what they're trying to. They're just taking away the practicality of the film industry, well, of live action films.
yeah. I don't know if you want to mention it, but Netflix. I just want to say, their like Netflix feature films or premiere films, they're so weird because some of them are really good, but most of them are absolutely terrible.
Example.
Because, right, I've seen this one movie, or I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen someone talk about it. I forgot the name of it. I think it's called The Fit. It's something really weird. It's like a Japanese movie. And all it is, it's about this. It's about this boyfriend and girlfriend, and this guy's got a really oddly shaped penis. And and they can't, that's what the whole movie is. Or the whole, like,
Are you serious? Is this a joke?
no, I'm being serious. I am 100% serious. I'm not sure it's called The Fit. I think it's called something else, but it's a Japanese movie, and they have.
Struggling to believe, I think this is all made up. I think this is a joke.
No, I'm genuinely.
I'm going to try and look it up, so it might not be The Fit.
Just wait a second. Netflix Japanese. Yeah, it's something really weird. Let's have a look. It's. Oh, what's it called?
I've looked up The Fit and it's just come up with Now
Oh.
You See Limitless.
I think it translates into English as "My husband's penis won't fit." I'm not even making it up.
So this has to be a joke.
No, it's in.
On one of like your film reviews or something, the obscure films.
I just looked at. I think it's actually a TV series rather than a film. But
TV.
like the Netflix featured / promotion stuff, it's just so bizarre. Because I haven't watched Bird Box, but everyone seems to have watched it.
Everyone has gone mental about it, and they're saying it's like and bloody 13 Reasons Why as well. I mean, what?
Yeah. Oh, I've read stuff about that. Basically, I don't know what the show's about, but I know it all focuses about this guy killing a girl. But then Netflix edited out the part where he killed the girl, so none of it makes sense now. Because someone was saying it's too violent, so they edited out the whole point of the show.
Oh.
So from what I've heard, you just see like they just talk about it, but you never actually see what they're talking about.
Mhm. That's crazy. I mean, it just. I've heard that it's about like this girl who makes a cassette tape for 13 reasons why she killed herself. That's all really, and she goes in the bathtub at the end and slits her wrists and something. And the thing is, she's already. First off, what I don't like about those shows, because you already know that she's going to die. So what's the point? First off, I suppose it's just the journey there, I guess. But like, if you already know the ending, there isn't much intrigue in it, really. You know exactly what's going to happen. Things are going to get bad for her. She's going to get depressed, and then that'll be that. Then the film will just end. Well, the series will end. But I don't even understand how they're going to do a bloody series 2 of it. I've heard there's series 2, but
I know this is series 4, isn't there, coming out?
4.
Yeah, there's 4 series. I've heard.
They've made 4 bloody series of this.
Yeah.
Are they all just about, like, I don't know if you know this, but do you reckon they're all just about people killing themselves and getting depressed, or do you think there's a continuous storyline between seasons? Maybe it lasts longer, or.
From what I've heard something from the director ever. They've basically said each series focuses on a character's journey through something. It's something really weird. I've probably completely misquoted it, but I don't watch the show, so I don't really know
Yeah, I don't think I'll be that bothered about it. But yeah, as I say, the main reason why Netflix gets a lot of credit though is because you've got so many good films in it. I mean, bloody, a load of Martin Scorsese stuff, a decent amount of Quentin Tarantino stuff. You got a load of random obscure films as well. It's just brilliant. Really good stuff here. But yeah, Amazon Prime next up to talk about.
Oh, that is it's
Well,
so weird. They have
you've got
like
you've got the Grand Tour. I really want to get Amazon Prime again because originally I got it because Frozen was on there. My family didn't have Sky at the time, but now I just really want to get it because the Grand Tour. Top Gear, legendary.
what I'd say about Amazon Prime Video is they've got I'll probably say 25% of the shows and movies are all right. The others are like really weird, like romantic style ones that don't make any sense.
Oh,
But the stuff that's good on there is really good, and the stuff that's bad is very bad.
what other stuff have they got on there then apart from
It,
Grand Tour?
it's mostly stuff about like romantic stuff, like romantic comedies, and they got really obscure movies, like a lot of like Danny Boyle stuff. They had a lot of DC stuff on there, but then they got rid of it.
Oh, okay, I get what you mean by when it's bad, he gets the real shit.
Yeah, they had. It's weird because when you're on there, you can search for any video, but when you click on it, it says you have to buy it because it's not. It doesn't come with Prime, so you can buy videos to rent on there, and
When you've already bought bloody Prime, when you've already paid
yeah.
for bloody
So
rent.
it's just really weird. Plus, it always links you back to Amazon, like the main bit to buy DVDs, which you don't really want to do if you just want to stream stuff.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Netflix have just got rid of the Gangs of New York. I was trying to bloody watch that. At least they've got Mean Streets on here now with Harvey Keitel and Robert De Niro. Looking forward to watching that. I know that's pretty random, but yeah. So Amazon Prime, I do want to get it soon, as I say. But yeah, one thing I want to bring up with Disney Plus coming out, all these different streaming services, you got to take into consideration. First off, I feel like it's a little bit overhyped because, as we've said, Disney just bring out a shit ton of films, a shit ton of stuff constantly, and I feel like that can get pretty repetitive pretty fast. I mean, you can get a good nostalgia factor because Disney will have so much old stuff on there, but at the same time, I just feel like it can become a bit tedious and boring. But also, it's just another thing that you've got on your bloody streaming service, another stream service, You should just be going out and enjoying yourself more rather than buying another stream service, wasting more time and just,
Yeah. Because I think the main thing about streaming services is a lot of people use it as like an alternative to like TV and stuff. But then if you have like say 5 of them, it's like double the price of most TVs, isn't it?
Yeah. There's one little last thing I want to do, Aaron. I'm sort of dropping this on you, but YouTubers we used to like and now dislike.
Okay.
You got any? I've got a few.
Yeah, do you want to do yours first?
And then vice versa. YouTubers. I've got one for YouTubers we used to dislike, but now I like. I just can't think of many. But yeah, my first one has to be Boogie. I used to love him. I used to think he was an absolute legend. I mean, you can just watch the start of the podcast or watch the Boogie review or just look it up. Seriously, Boogie used to seem like a legend. What was he? The father? What? The something?
The Mr. Rogers of YouTube.
The Mr. Rogers. I don't even know who Mr. Rogers is, but he sounds like a top geezer. And Boogie, the bloody top geezer at all. One who just sympathy nowadays. I just feel like. Do you think Boogie was always this bad person, or do you think he just used to be good, then he just got desperate for fame and attention, and he descended into this madness?
I think he's always had something there, but I think it's mainly as he's got more famous, his ego's got bigger and bigger and bigger, and then when his fame sort of like leveled off, his ego kept growing. If that makes
yeah.
Maybe
I feel like one thing that doesn't help is yes men, because when you're really famous, if you've got if you become great mates with your fans or great mates with people because of your money, they're just going to say yes to you. They're going to you then get the fame train. They're going to suck up to you. And I feel like having no one disagree with you properly, usually, you sort of get a bit shell shocked when people start saying, "No, you're full of shit, bro."
Yeah, that's really really true. You can see that with a lot of like stuff in Hollywood as well.
Yeah, because a lot of people just like suck off one idea and they just, or they just back up one producer or whatever, or one CEO or one member of the group. Even if there's a good idea they come out, they're like, no, we want to do this. We're forcing you to do this. People
Yeah.
are just I think it's a modern thing though. People usually flock towards one person or what one person does, or who the loudest or who the most selfish or the most powerful is. That's who people flock to, I think. The next one on my list, anyway. I don't know if you watched him much, Joe Weller.
No, I'd never really watched him much back in the day, but
Oh,
back in the day he was alright. But now he's yeah.
Well, he's not even off. He's not even a bad guy or anything. He's done nothing wrong, to be fair.
Yeah.
But his videos, I used to just love the skits and him messing around and him saying like "Little Boy D-Doid" and Ricky Bogger Johnson and all that silliness. I know that obviously people grow up, people's content change, but it just seemed like he randomly got obsessed with doing abandoned house videos, like abandoned warehouse videos, and I'm just thinking, oh god, no one's bothered about this. There's, exploring UK's most haunted forest, exploring UFO caught on site. Like, you can tell it's all just a load of rubbish. Like, I'm just not even bothered. He's really stooped a bit low. I mean, pretending to get knocked out by Jake Paul, though, that was weird.
Oh yeah.
That was really weird. Okay, he might have not pretended, but, there's a good chance that he did. I just thought that was a really weird one. Him not boxing that dude as well, like, he should have. I forgot the dude's name, but like, Joe Weller was really getting into it when the dude walked up to him and said, "I want to fight you, Joe," and he was standing up, staring him down. Yeah, come on. And then it was like, oh, well, I'm not bothered about this fight anymore. I don't want to box again. So weird. Why did you try and build it up then? I know it's not a big deal, but I just feel like his videos just aren't as good as before. If people get to this point of the video, we're probably going to get a shit ton of hate for the next one now. This one is sort of just me growing up and thinking, yeah, I'm not really bothered anymore. And he's just made loads and loads. He just spams out video. Well, not spam, but like, he makes a shit ton of videos and he works hard. Fair play to him. I think we should do a YouTube review on him one day for a laugh. But PewDiePie, I just grew out of him and I just feel like I can't be bothered to watch his stuff anymore. I used to watch him so much, but like, it's good that he puts effort into all the videos he keeps making really quick, but who has time to watch bloody 58-minute videos? 40-minute videos that one video, and a lot of the titles, they're alright. They're not clickbait, but they're not like, I don't know. It just seems like it seems like his channel goes through phases. Like at the moment, it's Minecraft. Before it was just looking at every meme. I feel like because of him, Minecraft YouTube has become, Minecraft gaming in general has become more popular again. I'm not bothered about Minecraft though. But there's nothing wrong with PewDiePie. He hasn't done anything wrong, but he just doesn't appeal to me that much anymore.
Yeah.
But the final one that I can think of right now, H3H3. I mean, I hope I haven't taken yours, but he's just a bit, I don't know. He just used to seem cool, but his ego took over. What else can I say? We've done a review on him as well. Yeah, all right, not as bad as someone like Boogie, but his ego just took over sadly, and the podcast is a little bit boring now, and he just doesn't seem that cool anymore. He hasn't done anything horrible as a person, but I mean his content, and he just seems like he's got a big ego now. But fame can do that to you. Anyway, do you want to say your YouTubers if you've thought of any?
Yeah, I was going to say HCHC is one of them. Pretty much same reasons as you gave. I'm just trying to think of any others. I guess it sounds really weird, but when I was younger, I used to I think everyone did at one point. You just put on, I was going to say like top 10 videos.
Oh, top 10 videos. I honestly
it was Matthew Santoro. I didn't like him that much back then, but I just think, well, his videos seemed the most interesting. Like, because they were quite short and you could sort of get through them really quick.
He's on 6 million subs now, bloody hell.
He, the reason I don't like him mainly is because he stole all of it. He stole every bit of information from a website that he never gave credit to. And also, he just seems... I know he had a lot of issues with his girlfriend and all that, but I just don't like him anymore. He just doesn't seem like a very nice person.
A lot of his stuff is like horror related. Or spooky.
Oh, is it now?
What did it used to be?
It used to be like watch top 10 stuff.
Oh, now it's all like horror related, dark stuff.
Um,
I'm assuming you haven't watched him in years though, so.
no, yeah, probably about 5 years.
Bloody hell.
I guess I don't know. I say a lot of like technology YouTubers. Like I used to watch. I still sometimes watch him now, but I don't watch him. I only watch him if he's the only one who sort of covers stuff. He used to be Unbox Therapy. I don't know if you've heard of him.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell he thinks a lot about himself, which anyone can think highly of themselves. But he used to
15 million subs.
yeah
Why am I subscribed to him?
He used to run like a load of competitions and giveaways and stuff, and a lot of them turn out to be sort of like fake. And as well, he branches out that wide, and his videos were like, it was just companies sending him stuff, and he was like, looks pretty good, and then he never used to really say anything bad about stuff. But some of his stuff's now it's alright. It's more of a podcast, the stuff he does. It's like 50-minute videos on his second channel.
Okay. They any good?
They're all right. They do get quite in depth, but it's really weird because he's got that much money behind him. Like you can't really connect with him anymore.
Mhm.
Like he has a massive studio that costs like millions of dollars, and it's just like, yeah, you're not a YouTuber, really, are you? You're pretty much like your own independent TV channel now. I can't really think of anyone else.
I was going to ask though, do you have a lot of sympathy for like YouTubers who have made it really far and then they just go a bit mad, or?
No, not really.
Okay. What? Because they can make their own choices, or?
I just think that, for example, I don't want to use Boogie as an example.
Because we've talked about him so much.
Yeah, I guess you could say, I don't know who's got really like tons of subs and then they're just messed up. Say someone like Ray William Johnson. Never watched one of his videos, by the way. Just saying.
Never any equals 3 banter when you were
Nah,
young.
no, didn't even know.
Really?
I didn't know who he was till I was 16. Until I saw.
He was 16.
No, I said I didn't know who he was till I was about 16 when someone told me.
Okay, sorry. You meant he started his YouTube when he was 16. Yeah, he looked pretty old for 16.
But pretty much, yeah, he got to, what was it, like 10 million subs? Or no, it wasn't 10 million.
Yeah, he was the most subbed on YouTube at one point.
And then he basically, in his videos, he just like stole certain clips from from people and all that, put them in there, never paid them, and then he got to such a high point, he was like, well, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. And it almost seemed to me like he was trying to get something off of his fans or something. It's a bit hard to explain it, but it's just like, yeah, but you're going to come back though because you need the money. And now he's on Facebook making videos.
What sort of they like? Any good or?
Comedy videos. Facebook comedy videos.
Oh, gee.
Yeah,
so
they're bad.
That's just a shame if it's just cringe factor.
It is. It's like 5-minute things that cost like 50p to make, and yet he's getting millions off it.
Man, it's out. So he's getting, because the thing is, I don't know if the viewers out there, if you've got this far in the subs don't mean anything really. You can have a crap ton of subs. Like say PewDiePie shouts you out, you might get 500k subs, but unless your content's any good, no one's going to be watching you. You know,
Yeah.
Let's be real. Like no one's interested.
I guess you could say that about like when KSI shouted out Tom Stockdale, for example.
Yeah, I was going to bring him up, but I really like the guy. I really respect him. You know, he's one of Callum's mates. I know it sounds like I'm in the clique. I'm not. I just really respect Callum's corner, and I don't really want to shit on Tom Stockdale. I've honestly unsubscribed to him though. I'm not really. His stuff, Callum's unique. He's funny. He's a bit out of the ordinary. Tom just seems like a regular guy who's just making videos. I'm so happy for him that he can make money off of YouTube and support his family better. But he's just, he got shouted out by KSI. He's got a shit ton of subs, but barely gets any views.
Yeah. It just makes his channel look like it's dying when it really isn't.
Yeah. Because in reality, if it wasn't... I think the KSI shout-out sort of helped him because he can make a career off YouTube now. So in reality, it's helped him. You know, he's probably getting a few sponsors and doing well, but I think it sort of shot him in the foot at the same time because originally he had 70k subs. For him to get 44 views, 14k, 23k on random videos, I think that's not too bad. But I think originally, do you think originally the reason why he became famous was because Callum's Corner, or?
I think he had like a very small fan base. I guess you could say about Callum's Corner as well. He had a very small fan base, and yet someone with, well, at the time it was hundreds of thousands of subs shouted him out, and then just grew from there.
Yeah, I mean, Tommy's talented, don't get me wrong, he's amazing at freestyling. But I feel like that gig can only last for so long. If for some reason either of them are listening, which they're not, and even if they were listening, they wouldn't get this far. But if you are listening, Callum or Tom, make a podcast, remake your podcast, upload it to Tom's channel. I guarantee he gets more views. He does better. Because the thing is, everyone wants to hear Callum's Corner talk about stuff, having normal conversations. And it would be cool to hear him actually talking to more people and bouncing off of more people. I know we've seen it in a few videos, but I'd love to see him bounce off people more,
Yeah.
But yeah, subs mean fuck all.
Yeah, I was just going to say then, because then it would just drive people to Tom's channel. It might be like artificial growth. It could be just like, oh, I want to see Callum. Oh, he's on this channel. I'll watch it. But yeah.
Still, but podcast though, they could get guests on.
Yeah, I guess you could say a view is a view.
Exactly. 100%. I wish Callum would do more podcasts. Yeah, on to YouTubers we used to hate, but now we like. I've only got one for this, Keemstar. I just think he's all right now,
Yeah, I think some days I think he's all right. Some days I think he's a bit weird, but overall, yeah, I'd sort of agree with you.
Yeah. Who else? KSI, I wasn't really bothered about him. I preferred Deji because KSI's dad was on more Deji's videos. I did more funny on Deji's videos, so. I liked KSI ever since he's done the boxing stuff and uploaded better content, and all those Reddit reactions are quite cool. Deji would be a good example for someone who used to like but don't like anymore.
Yeah.
Did you ever used to watch Deji years ago?
Yeah, I did, but I just thought this is just really weird.
You didn't even like the stuff with his dad in?
No, the dad stuff I found quite funny.
Because G was it's just like a dude in his 40s or 50s. And obviously, I think anyone over like 36, 37, you sort of struggle, you're sort of out of grasp with technology. So no offence to anyone who's 36 or 37 watching this, but yeah. I feel like people over that age are sort of out of grasp with stuff and they're not really down with memes and all that stuff. So seeing him react to stuff is just funny because he's like confused and it's just pretty much makes me laugh.
Yeah.
I mean, Deji, 9.8 million. He's not going to get 10 million, is he?
Well, yeah, we'll just have to see.
Let's be honest. I mean, how many people with 10 million subs only get 400k on their videos? No offense to Deji. He's a pretty sound geezer and he's done nothing really, really bad. I know he had that massive beef with JJ still. Just the way it is anyway. You got anyone who you used to hate and now you like, dislike, now you like?
I'm just looking at this. I guess you could say there's a technology YouTuber. I don't think you know who he is. He's called Science Studio. But back in the day, I used to think this guy is really cocky, like really annoying. But
how long ago was this?
Maybe like a year ago. I thought this guy's really like annoying. But I actually stopped and thought about it, and I think I was looking at other people I used to watch, and I think these people just put on such a weird, like a happy persona, whereas this guy literally just tells you facts.
Science Studio, you saying?
Yeah, and he'll just tell you facts like how they are. He could just say, because he does this series where he basically takes the mick out of people who are charging too much money for like trying to sell their computer, and he'll just literally tell them, you need to do this, you need to do this, and this, and it will sell. And half the time it does work, but yeah, because a lot of the technology YouTubers, they try to put on this happy persona. I guess someone I could have said before, who I sort of liked but now I don't, is Jay's 2 cents. I don't know if you know who he is.
Bloody hell!
But
let's look him up.
Yeah, on Twitter he is such a weird person. He's like he's basically trying to run his Twitter like his own little kingdom. It's like, if you don't respect me, you will be blocked. If you don't like me, you will be blocked. If you don't do this, you will be blocked. And on his YouTube videos, he's like all happy and like jumping about, and he's all. I'm just like, I don't know. You just don't know what to do with him. People seem to act so different on each social media.
Platform, yeah, it's bizarre, man. It's really, really weird. I don't really understand it, to be fair, when people have to do that stuff. Just like either be yourself or just stick with the persona all the time. As much as I don't really like fakeness and all that rubbish, you know, if you're gonna stick with a persona, just stick with it all the time, you know.
Yeah,
That's the way I see it, anyway.
It's like when I'm on this podcast or whatever, I'm pretty much the same. If I was going to go and stream, if I was going to go and do a video, you know,
Yeah.
There's no point changing what it's like, because then it's honesty, then, isn't it? Because everyone's just like, oh yeah, he's like that across everything.
Yeah, you're pretty, you know, you seem to act like you do normally. I do my best to. Sometimes I go a bit over the top with stuff for a laugh, but it's just witty banter and it makes people laugh. Sometimes I'm genuinely annoyed at some of the news I hear though, because it's so preposterous. Some of this stuff, it's like, bloody hell, what? You don't even know what. Like that video getting so many views. Elephant toothpaste. It's a waste of bloody electricity. I just don't understand it. I don't get it. You know. But yeah. But yeah, this J2 Cents guy. I'm gonna read his description. You're one place to shop for fun and educational videos on all things tech. Oh, and don't forget gaming. Gotta make time for gaming. Brilliant stuff. Should I go on his Twitter, or do you think I just think what the hell's going on?
Some of his tweets are alright, but some of them are like, he's basically saying that, I'm not taking Mick out of his mental health, whatever, but he just says, I need to be surrounded by yes men and people who love me just to be able to survive.
Why wouldn't you want, if everyone just agreed with you, life would be boring and you'd probably make a shit ton of mistakes.
Yeah, exactly, but I don't know.
What the hell is he on about? Why does he only bloody want yes men? If anything, that'll make him worse. But oh well. So is that it then? Those are the main YouTubers that you thought of?
Yeah, I can't really think of any others really.
I mean, like I say, you know, people just need to chill out more with the fame. Don't let stuff go to your head. I think on the first podcast we said about how, like, with fame, you sort of feel bad because a lot of them can't go out in public and live normal lives. But at the same time, if people are sucking up to you and saying you're the bee's knees, you've still got to have a level head. You can't think that everything you do is right and that everyone will agree with you. No one will, you know. You need to learn from mistakes. Everyone's going to make mistakes. You cannot be perfect at all, you know. I know that sounds like generic, simple nonsense, but I feel like when people have their heads in the clouds, you know, they sort of forget where they've come from and they sort of forget the people in the beginning.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, it's just got to be crap when, if you've helped someone get famous and then they just forget about you totally and they're like, oh, you're irrelevant now, I'm famous, I've got all these fake people with me. It's like, come on, bro. Think about the real people that helped you since day one that have always stuck by you, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like more YouTubers need to adopt that and just think of that more. But yeah, you got any more points you want to bring up about anything?
No, I can't think of anything.
All right then, that's that then. I think this one's been pretty good, as I say. Cheers for watching. I really fucking hope it saves this time. Oh man, if it doesn't save, gutting. If it ends up lagging again, gutting. I know this will be on the end recording, but you know I'm not bothered. I just really hope it saves. This has been a good one.
Alright, I'll see you in the next one then.
Yep, see ya. Have a good one.